talking about the sea wolves, and the Marines, they ran a lot of patrol boat, PBRs, patrol boat rivers up and down the canals. And one of the places they went was down in a place called Kamau. And the Pelfrey was the military name for the place. Pelfrey was a 2,000-foot runway, and it had, I think, the last 500 to 600 feet were in contested territory. So at any rate, it was all run and operated by the Navy. And got called. They wanted help, gave me the coordinates. We headed that direction. They had several of these patrol boats spread up and down the canal, and they're fighting back and forth. What boat do I land on? They say, the Tango boat. Right, the Tango boat. Pop smoke on it, will you? I didn't know a Tango boat from a Bravo boat or any other kind of boat. So they went ahead and popped the smoke. Okay, I have you coming in. Well, that damn boat, I had control of the boat once I landed a helicopter on it, where I tilted the rotor, the back end of the boat was going. So at any rate, they loaded them on board, and I pulled myself out of there, and there was no real big problem. Again, luckily, no problem, because the ground people did what they had to do. They suppressed the fire, got the patients on board real quick, and I was able to get out of there. Got to give them credit. They knew what they were asking me to do, and for the most part, they did their job. I got out on time, just about the time my DROS was up. It was August, late August. I didn't know what I was going to run into at home. I'd heard the stories of the protesters, and having been with protesters already, I knew they were real. They weren't a figment of anybody's imagination, and I didn't want to see any of them there, because I'm not too sure how I would have reacted. Now, I didn't want the confrontation. I just wanted to get home and see my family. We landed at Oakland, and then from Oakland we went ahead, and I forgot the name of the Air Force Base in that area, but whatever it was. And in fact, it may have been a civilian terminal. I think it was. We weren't coming back as a group. We were just passengers from Vietnam coming home. I think we just landed. And they did a good job of trying to get us oriented and getting us our tickets, our transportation to our individual homes. So that part wasn't so bad. But coming home, all of a sudden, there was a letdown. You've been wired pretty tight for a year, and all of a sudden, you're watching, What's My Line on TV. It's just not exactly what's going on. There certainly wasn't any parades, and there wasn't anybody saying, "Whoa, you are good. We're sure glad. Thank you for your service." There was none of that. I can't say I blame people necessarily, but on the other hand, I did my job. I felt my country asked me to go. I went. I felt that no matter what, I, as a dust-off pilot, did something that many people today had the opportunity to live, to have families, to have grandkids, that would never have existed without the mission that we performed. Actually, other than having time with my wife and my family and my young daughter, I was just, leave me alone. And we had some family time with her family, which was in the Lansing area. And most people respected our privacy. Most family members, anyway. And I didn't want to see anybody else.
Did you choose to stay in the military?
Oh, yeah. 26 years. Yeah. Total. Let's see. I went from there. I went to the career course at Fort Sam Houston. I managed to get some more flight time in down there. I was, while I wasn't in class, I volunteered to help fly Medevac. The patients were coming in, I think it was Kelly Air Force Base, from Vietnam, and we went over to Kelly, picked them up, took them over to BAMC Flight Detachment, or BAMC medical center or to the VA in Houston. And I did that for quite a while. I was there 9 months. I probably did 5 or 6 months of that. Just helping.